Now, on 105.9 FM and streaming worldwide on the WMAL app, O'Connor and Company.
WMAL.
7:36 now on O'Connor and Company. Thanks for tuning in on a busy Friday. We're tackling a lot of topics here. And at 8:05, everyone's talking about the Superman movie. Mark Hemingway will give us his perspective on why Hollywood just can't create masculine stars anymore, and it's a problem for our pop culture. Larry O'Connor is here. Patrice Onwuka's back from vacation. Good to have you back, Patrice.
It's good to be here. Happy Friday. Get your Slurpee today. It's 7-Eleven.
Absolutely. Reagan Reese doesn't have time for a Slurpee, man. She is running around like a crazy person because she's the White House correspondent for Daily Caller. Reagan, always good to talk with you. Pride of Hillsdale College. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Happy Friday.
So a couple of things here. First, you've sort of gotten a download here on the latest with the Epstein story. We've been talking about it quite a bit this morning. And even though this memo, unsigned with both the FBI and the Justice Department letterhead on it, which tells you, not one agency wanted to sort of take all the heat on this thing, Reagan. Even though it said case closed, based on your reporting, it doesn't sound like the case is closed. It sounds like they're still going through files. It sounds like there's still something there. Can you explain this to us, please?
Yeah, well, first I'll tell you, Larry, not a ton of people within the administration knew about the memo, and it seems like a lot of people were caught off guard within the administration, and it was kept pretty contained, which I think speaks volumes about this decision. But when it comes to the case closed, this seems so abrupt, and I think it was very disappointing to President Trump's base to all of a sudden be strung along for so long. You're going to have this bombshell in the Epstein files. You're going to get all of these files posted online in binders, whatever, and then you get a memo late on Sunday night. It's a holiday weekend, and it says that this is it. We don't have anything for you. And speaking to senior administration officials this week, they told me that even they aren't sure if the case is closed, that there are still documents that are sealed up in various ongoing cases, specifically that Maxwell case, where they said they couldn't really say with confidence that this is over. I think that the administration wants this to be over. I think they want to move on because I don't think this is very flattering at all. But this is something that they still know could come up. They say witnesses could come forward at any point that they don't know about. Law enforcement could always open up an investigation, etc. So it's quite possible that you could hear about the Epstein files down the road again, despite, the Trump administration's best efforts to move on.
What's interesting, we are hearing a lot of criticism against Pam Bondi here, including Megyn Kelly, who said this is going to be her undoing. This is going to take her pretty much out of office. These are her walking papers. Is there a sense of how, when it comes to how, really what's going on with her? Was she, in your reporting here, you said a source added that people close to her fear that she was unprepared or inadequately prepared for this, and she's kind of she's the fall gal in this whole situation. What else are you hearing about this, and when it pertains to Pam Bondi, what this is going to mean for her going forward?
Yeah, I think there was a lot of overpromising, and my understanding of the situation based off of what my sources told me is that she is maybe taking the fall for some low-level guidance, that there might have been some staffers who were misleading her on what was in the files or, not really representing the case well to her. I think the perfect example to illustrate this is when she went on Fox News on February 21st and John Roberts asked her if she was reviewing the client list. She said, yes, it's on my desk right now. Well, I found out from a source that she did, in fact, have Epstein-related documents on her desk, but she herself hadn't reviewed them yet. So it's quite possible that maybe she did think she had a client list on her desk or was just speaking like, yes, I have these documents, and didn't really understand exactly what she had in front of her. And at the time, other administration sources told me that they knew there was no smoking gun, no client list in these Epstein files. So they were kind of confused as to why she said that on Fox News. So it sounds like there was just a ton of confusion within the administration, and it wasn't really getting to Pam Bondi herself.
Well, more to come there, and I know that Reagan Reese at Daily Caller will be looking into it. Let's shift gears here. You had another exclusive story late yesterday about pending layoffs at the State Department. Is this in reaction to that Supreme Court decision that did give the green light to the administration and the executive branch to basically reorganize and, if necessary, fire employees who are no longer needed?
Absolutely. In April, the State Department actually started their reorganization plan. They had come up with how they were going to reorganize the State Department, consolidate, pare it down, and they had to stop because of the ongoing legal battle. And so as soon as the Supreme Court got this go-ahead from the Supreme Court, we're now seeing them take action saying full steam ahead. And so they're going to make it quite a significant reduction to force. I believe it's estimated about 17%. That's what a senior State Department official told me. They're going to permanently abolish 132 offices, so taking the offices from 734 to 602. And yes, as soon as the Supreme Court gave that go-ahead, the State Department said, all right, time to enact President Trump's agenda.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting. I mean, I think it's so hard to see. For a lot of people are worried about just these big cuts. Do you have a sense that there are going to be more cuts beyond just the State Department, some of the other federal agencies? Have you had any intel that other agencies will be doing some mass layoffs as well?
That's a great question, and you probably just gave me something to do today, so I'm going to write that
Okay.
down. I should be figuring that out. I do want to note one thing that a senior State Department official said to me before, kind of just justifying why they're going to be, reducing the size of the State Department. From 2008 to 2024, the state headcount went from 65,000 employees to 81,000 employees, and that's a 25% increase. So they're going to be reducing the State Department now by about 17%. So that's not even as much as it has increased over the last 12 or so years, but just a real blow. And I think this is exactly, what Trump had campaigned on. And so it doesn't come as much surprise to anybody. But yeah, it's a significant reduction, despite the fact that there's been even larger increase over the past 12 years.
Reagan Reese, Daily Caller, White House correspondent. We're a full-service morning show here, but I did not expect Patrice Onwuka to do Neil Patel's work over at Daily Caller. But let Neil know the check.
I'm not giving you an assignment, but
yeah, we'll be billing Neil for giving the editorial guidance to his stalwart employees. Thanks, Reagan. Always good to talk to you.
Thank you, Reagan.
Thanks so much.